Yeah, it's fine. It's manageable basically. Not that good, but yeah, it's manageable. So, Sarvesh, my name is Radhika and I will be taking ahead your session today. I believe that this is your second last session. Am I right? People think fluency means speaking very fast. So, first of all, make sure that you do not think that way. Fluency does not mean speaking in any language very fast. That is not the correct meaning of fluency. Second, yes, there will be certain situations, certain contexts where the knowledge will not be up to the mark. That means the topic that is the discussion is going on, you are not well versed with that topic. So it is absolutely fine to share your ideas in short. Whatever little idea you have, you can share, and then you can listen to others' ideas. And maybe you cannot add your ideas because your knowledge is less, but you can ask more questions. You can clarify, so that way still you can participate in those topics for those topics where you are not very sure about the content. So fluency
Hmm.
doesn't mean speaking very fast. Don't think that way. And whenever you feel that my knowledge is not up to the mark and people about are talking about something very different, listen to them very clearly, and wherever it is possible, ask that what are they talking about, how does that really mean, or how can that really make a difference. Asking questions and clarifications in those situations will make you feel confident, and you will not feel stuck that, oh, I don't know about this knowledge, so I don't know anything about this topic, so I cannot speak. Asking and clarifying is also a way to carry on with the conversation. Okay. And yes,
Yes.
to make sure that you expose yourself to English content, you maintain consistency, and you should be okay with this idea that human beings can make mistakes, human beings can fumble, and it is absolutely normal and natural. And there is no jadoo mantra that one day, one fine day, anybody will become Shakespeare or something like that. That is something an absurd idea. So be okay with how things are and just keep improving on daily basis, keep learning new things on daily basis through listening, reading, as and when it is possible, talking to people. That's what you can do. That's all that fast.
No, just I think it is my rate of speech. I speak a little bit fast. I don't know why, just because of maybe I know something in English language. If someone asks me something, so at that time I feel very happy or excited to tell them. And if you are eager to tell something to someone, so definitely you will be excited and you will be speak very fast, or you will be very hurried to tell them.
Mhm. Okay. You will not say you will be very hurry. You will say you will be in a hurry.
Okay, in hurry.
Yes. I can understand, Sarvesh, that when we are excited, when we are in a hurry, we want to share something out of excitement, we end up speaking fast. But if we speak very fast, then the whole emotion is lost. So it is very important that no matter whatever the emotional state is, whether we are excited or we are not, we should maintain a consistent and a moderate pace of speaking so that our listener is able to understand about it. Okay? Speaking very fast is not a very good idea. We should speak at a comfortable pace, comfortable speed. Okay? Regular
Ma'am.
practice.
Yes, I do. But ma'am, here in my side in village area, here is no environment to learn how to speak language, because people they talk to each other in Hindi language, because my mother tongue is Hindi. So I do the same thing because they don't know how to speak. But it is my compulsory. You can say it is my responsibility to know how to speak English language, because I have been practicing a lot, and just I wanted to learn English language 1.5 year ago, which is why I have been practicing. And the second thing is that I am a law person. So when I was doing my law, and at that time my friend he knew how to speak in language very well, but I did not have knowledge how to speak in language. But after a few days, he told me, Sarvesh, if you want to learn English language, so you have to practice or you have to speak a lot, then you will be able to know about it. So since then I have been practicing, and but I got a chance when I moved to Prayagraj city. So there I got a chance, because most of the city people they know how to speak English. Even they don't know, they don't speak because don't need to speak in language. But uh, most of the my friends they knew how to speak language, so I used to talk with them in English.
Mhm. So, as far as fluency is concerned, yes, speaking is the only way out. Either you can have a friend circle like that, otherwise, there can be platforms like English Shari and some other platforms. As your question was how to improve fluency, the more you will speak in this language, the better you will become. And of course, reading and listening will also help you in terms of knowledge. And when you will have knowledge, you will be able to speak fluently. But to be a fluent speaker, we actually need to speak on regular basis with everyone around us. If there is no specific environment like that, then maybe you have to uh, maintain such a friend circle or something like that.
I think environment is very compulsory, or it is necessary for everyone who wants to learn English language. As far as I know, because
And
if you have an environment, then you will be able to learn whatever you want. And
so,
I am not much more experienced than you, but as far as I know, any language, just because I learned my Hindi language by listening and speaking. So
correct, that's right. So environment is definitely important, and yes, just like you, there are many people who do not have environment, and for that reason only there are platforms like English Shari and many other platforms are there. So that's one way out. Otherwise, you can talk to your own self, but that is also to a certain limit. But since you are asking for different ways, so I can suggest you that maybe you can talk to your own self. You can ask yourself some questions, then you can answer them yourself, or you can imagine that you are standing on a stage, take up a topic and talk about that particular topic for around 2 3 minutes on daily basis. For example, you have read something, so you can just go ahead and tell somebody that I've read this, or maybe you can stand in front of the mirror and record yourself, or something like this. So these are the things that can be done. But as far as fluency is concerned, regularly speaking, either with someone else or on digital platforms or talking to your own self, that's the way out. That's from my
got it,
side.
ma'am.
Any other question that you have where I can help you, or shall we pick up a topic and start with the discussion? What do you say?
I have a lot of question, ma'am.
You can ask
Uh,
me.
my first my first question is that if I have knowledge about anything, whatever you asked me earlier, but at that time I did not able to reply because just because of my you can say shyness, or you can say nervous. I did nervous, so you can say I became very petrified, like terrified, something extent like that, which is why I did not able to do it.
Mhm. So that's the confidence issue. That is also connected to usage also. For example, if somebody wants to be an excellent driver, they want to become confident when they drive. They want to become confident on highway. So they have to drive on the highway. In the same way, getting petrified, being worried, not being confident, I can
Yes, sir.
understand that these problems happen, but these problems also have the same solution the more you do of that thing. If anyone wants to be an excellent driver, they need to drive. Similarly, if you want to be a great speaker, you need to speak more. There is no other strategy to become fluent speaker. Speaking every day, speaking regularly, speaking more and more, that is the only solution for fluency, as well as for building the confidence and to ensure that you are not petrified, you are not terrified of anyone. Practicing. The more you will connect with people, the more you will feel confident about it. So confidence is also connected to regular practicing. Yeah, that's
Okay,
from my
okay,
side.
okay.
Next question.
So how can I do?
How can I do in the sense I'm not able to understand this question?
Oh, ma'am, I'm here to learn English language properly
Mhm.
with accurate.
Yes.
So how can I learn English properly? You told me about fluency and becoming fluency, and second one is knowing
Confidence.
things in English. Confidence. But there are a
Now,
lot
to
of
become
things.
fluent in English, if at
Hmm.
any point of time you feel that my grammar is not up to the mark, maybe I have to revise the rules, then topic specific you can revise the rules. However, if you feel that no, my rules are fine, I am able to structure the sentences properly, in that case, regular practice. Accurate English, that means, of course, we are using accurate grammar. So, if any topic you feel that, oh, I am not that good in that particular topic, you can revise the rules once. And after that, you can again practice speaking and making sentence structures like that. That will help you to speak accurately, as you mentioned. But in any situation, whatever the problem might be, it all comes down to one thing, and that is regular practice. But yeah, if you feel revision of grammar rules can help you, so you can revise through and you can go through the rules once. That's fine.
Okay, ma'am. But I have been teaching some students. I teach them spoken language, but sometimes I feel that no, I have to speak proper way. I have to learn a lot of things in language. I don't know why, just because uh, I have been teaching to them spoken language, how to speak language, because they are very beginner and they have started their journey from scratch. And just I'm trying to teach them how to speak English language properly, but sometimes I get stuck. I forget my words, vocabulary, sentences. Sometimes I forget a lot of things, in English language, which is why even knowing I know everything, how to teach them and how to tell them you can start speaking like this. But sometimes it's happen I get stuck and no words come in my mind, like out in my mind. So I don't know. I'm having a lot of issues to tell them
No,
how
this
to
is a
speak.
human tendency. Sometimes it can happen. Even the best of the speakers might not able to get hold of that exact right word. So in that situation, instead of panicking, you should calm down, you should take a pause, and then you can restart your sentence. There is no point of overthinking about it that, oh, in front of my students I have forgotten a word, or maybe I have not structured the sentence that perfectly. Instead of overthinking about it and making the situation even worse, it's better that you take a pause, you think that what exactly you want to speak, and then you can go ahead and present your idea once again in front of them. That's perfectly fine. And
Yes,
teaching
ma'am.
is an ongoing. See, teachers are lifelong learners. It is not that if we are teaching someone, so it is extremely important that we know everything. We know a little more than them, and otherwise, if you want to go ahead and continue teaching people, and if you want to be, then you have to continuously keep learning more of grammatical structures, more of words. You can read more, because when you will read more, you will come across better sentence structure, better words. So that will also help you in improving your uh, word bank, your idea about sentence structuring, etc. So teaching is a profession that requires a lifelong learning. You cannot say I've learned this much, now I'm ready. It doesn't work like that. On regular basis, you have to keep exploring, keep reading. Some days you can read something, some days you can listen to something, and always try to read and listen from different topics, from different speakers. That will give you a variety of ideas, and these variety of ideas will help you feel more confident about the structure, words, and ideas.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it from my
I
side.
will definitely I will do, but I don't know why sometimes it's happen. Maybe you can say just due to knowledge. I have knowledge, but not good
Now,
knowledge.
sometimes it happens that my mom also forgets to put salt in food. So that doesn't that mean that she doesn't know how to cook. Of course, she knows very well how to cook, but it is a human tendency that we can forget. We cannot we cannot think that, oh, I am perfect. Mistakes can happen, fumbles can happen. This is the natural course. It is happening right now. It can happen with anyone. I believe that there is some sort of an overthinking going on where you are looking for a perfect perfection, but I'm sorry that doesn't exist.
No, no, ma'am. I'm not looking for perfection, but you must know how to speak English well, proper way, so that you can do better what you want to do. And I have been learning English, and just I want to teach uh, some student. I have been teaching. Just I want to become, maybe you can say, public speaker. So I have to do things in English. So which is why I have enrolled here. It's been 2 months. Yes, it's been near about 2 months, and just I'm trying to learn. And but I wasn't consistent here, which is why maybe because I haven't been consistent to learn English language.
Consistency is definitely a key. It's very important to be consistent. Whatever skill we are learning, if we are consistent, we are able to see the results much faster. Our confidence level is much more better. But if we are not consistent, of course, our confidence drops.
Got it, man. So
But
just I
at the end, I can. Yeah, please. So if you have any other question, please tell me.
No, I do not have any question. Sorry for that.
Okay.
Just you can
So
guide me how to do things in English, how to
that
become
is what I
fluent.
have been doing. All your questions were about this only. Now that's a very broad question. You have already practiced in 60 sessions and practicing to speak in English, that is the best way to become fluent. Now what exactly you mean by becoming fluent in English? Where do you feel there are still the problems?
I think I can communicate with anyone properly, but sometimes when we talk about any topics, that topic I don't know about about topics. So at that time, definitely I'm gonna stuck, and yes, definitely I'm not gonna do it. So I think second thing is knowledge. I have a knowledge, but not much more knowledge about English language. Just maybe can see I started my journey 1.5 year ago, so it is not possible to learn everything just 2 or 3 years. You have to spend a lot of time to know any language properly. So just I have been trying to learn and know how to speak English properly.
Sarvesh, some of the guidance that I can share with you.
Got it, man.
If you have any questions, you can ask me, or in the
So
remaining time, we can take up a short topic and we can discuss around it, or howsoever you want to take it.
no, ma'am. It's up to the ball is in your court.
Sorry?
The ball is in your court.
Okay. So the topic
It's up
that
to
was provided for today's conversation was yes, boss. Now there are some people who always keep saying yes to their boss, to their manager, to everybody. While there are some people who know when to say yes and when to say no. So what sort of a person you are? You always say yes to everything what people ask for, or sometimes you say a yes and sometimes you say a no. How it goes for you?
I think I always to say people yes.
Okay. So, what do you think? Is it a good strategy that we should always say a yes even when it is not possible, or sometimes we should say a no?
I don't know, but ma'am, but I think I do the same thing that you asked about.
Okay.
I always say to the people yes. I don't know. Maybe you can say sometime become very overconfident. It can be anything.
So, is it a good idea to say yes every
No, I
time, or
think it is
sometimes you
very it is
think,
it it is very bad idea. As far as I know,
why do?
it is my perspective.
So, why do you think it's not a good idea to say a yes every time?
Because if someone doesn't want to hear you, yes. So why will you say to them yes, say him yes? If
Okay.
they want to
So,
hear from you no, so why will you say to them yes, yes?
okay, fine. So then, why don't you say no to them? What really stops you?
I don't know why. Maybe you can.
You feel that your relationship will be distorted, you feel the person will judge you, or you want to take all the responsibility on your own. What stops you from saying a no?
Mm,
There must be some reason why we cannot say a no,
yeah, you
otherwise
told
people will say,
maybe just because of any problem. I mean, I don't want to any problem, which is why I always